Hi, this is Diane Lovetobake, and what we're going to make is a sugarless or sugar-free New York cheesecake. And you're going to start off by needing a spring-form pan. Now you can use a 9-inch or a 10-inch. I'm using a 10-inch today. I like it to be a little bit thinner and a little bit bigger. But go ahead and feel free to use the 9-inch. What I did was I took 1 1/4 cups of wafer crumbs from Sugarless cookies. Now you can use vanilla wafers if you want, or I actually used a sugar-free cookie. Put them in my chopping blade of you can use your blender, processor, whatever, but anyway, grind them up as finely as you can. And then I melted 4 tablespoons of butter and combined it. Now if you want to sweeten the base, the crumbs, you could add 3 packets of whatever favorite type of sweetener that you use, depending on whatever brand. But I find I actually leave that out because I feel that the cookies, especially I use the sugar-free cookies and grind them, they have that already sweetness to them. So I don't add any, that's going to be up to you, okay? So I did that ahead of time to show you. Now to start actually the cheesecake, what you're going to need is 3 packages of 8-ounce reduced fat cream cheese or the full cream cheese. I like to use the reduced fat, so it's a little bit less calories, but you'll need again 3 packages, and they're each 8 ounces a piece. So I'm gonna put that into my mixing bowl. Now I'm using my stand-up mixer. You certainly could use, a hand mixer if that's what you prefer. But I find that the stand-up works best for me for this recipe. So I'm going to get that all out, and then we're going to start to beat it and cream it. Okay, let's do that. And you want to do that at about medium speed. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit due to the video. And that shouldn't take you but a minute or 2. Okay? Now once you do that, you break it up, start to cream that cream cheese. You're going to need some type of artificial sweetener, and that'll be up to you to pick what you choose. I'm particularly using this brand, and you'll need at least 18 packets of your sweetener. So I'm going to put that in right now. Those were 18 packets. And again, you can use whatever you prefer to sweeten it with. To clean the sides for just a second, get to the bottom a little bit of that cream cheese and that sweetener there. Okay. All right. Now the next thing that we're going to beat in is eggs, and I have them at room temperature, and you're going to put in 2 eggs, but I'm going to put 1 in at a time and beat that in until they're well combined. That was the first one. And again, on medium will work out nicely for you. Here's the second egg. And I'm just going to raise my speed a little bit up. Okay, and then once again, I'm just going to clean up the sides a little bit. The mixture has a tendency to stick to those sides, and I want everything smooth. I want everything blended nicely. Okay. There we go. And we'll pull that back up. Now, the next thing that you're going to be putting in is egg whites. And you're going to need 2 egg whites, and I have them at room temperature. And again, you want to beat them anywhere from medium to medium high. combined and it looks fluffy or light. And that shouldn't take you very long at all. Okay. And let's see, maybe if I can show you what that looks like at this time. Okay. And the next thing that we're going to be putting in is cornstarch. And you're going to need 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and beat that in. 2 tablespoons. And again, just till everything's combined well. And this shouldn't take you very long at all. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is remove my paddle here, take off the excess here, because I'm going to put a couple more ingredients in, and I'm going to really just fold them in. I'm not going to beat them in. So let me get rid of that, set that aside. And okay, and I want to still again clean those sides of my bowl, get to the bottom, and then I'm going to show you what I have so far, and then just give it a good quick mix. Okay, so now you have this really silky mixture, as you can see. Very fluffy and very light. Okay? All right. The next thing that you're going to be putting in, of course, is sour cream. Now you can use your regular sour cream or your reduced fat. Again, I like to use the reduced fat cream cheese just to cut down on the calories a little bit. And you're going to need 1 cup of that sour cream. So I'm just going to put that all in there. Okay. Set that aside. And then I'm going to be also putting in vanilla. I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of vanilla in with the sour cream and the mixture. And then I'm just going to just combine it, just fold it in. I don't want to overbeat it or anything like that or over mix it, but I do want to combine the vanilla and the sour cream to the base. Okay, and that again should not take you very long at all. All right, and I will show you what we have again so far. Okay, it's extremely, really silky and light. And then all we have to do is pour this into our pan, of course, like that. I do want to get it all out of there. I'm going to get to the very last drop. And then just with your spatula, just really smooth it out. I like to go right to the edges because when it bakes, it's going to shrink and even out the top. I just want to go back for just a little bit more, a little bit more that's left in here. Okay. And leave that out. Now you're going to put that in a preheated oven, of course, for 325 degrees, and you're going to bake this anywhere from 45 to 50 minutes. So, you know, I like to start watching mine around 35 minutes because, as we know, all ovens do set up differently. When the cheesecake is baked and thoroughly baked, what you'll want to do is wait till you see that the center of the cake, is set, almost set when it's done, because you don't want to overbake it either. And then take it out and put it on a cooling rack, and then it is best to refrigerate it and get it nice and cold before you serve it. Now I do freeze this, and I wrap it really well, and I put it in freezer wrap and then a sealed container or sealed Ziploc bags, that type of thing. But I do like to freeze mine, especially if I don't use all of it for my company and that type of thing. but it's up to you. But of course you will need to keep that refrigerated. Now I have one to show you what it looks like when it comes out. This is the 10-inch. And then I also like to take about 2 tablespoons of those crushed cookies that I told you about when I made the base or the crust, and I like to sprinkle the top. Now if you don't want to do that, that's optional. You know, you can put fresh strawberries on it or raspberries or any type of, you know, fruit that you prefer. And it really comes out to be, let me rinse my hands quickly, because I did have in contact with some raw eggs there, so I don't want to touch it. And I just went ahead and cut, whoops, I cut a piece of it for you to show you. It really comes out very light and really a delicious sugar-free, sugarless New York cheesecake. And again, keep in mind, if you want to freeze it, but do keep it refrigerated. I always get questions about how to store things once you bake them, so I wanted to mention that as well. So there you have it. You've got a sugarless or sugar-free New York cheesecake. Very easy to put together. It tastes absolutely delicious with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. I think you're going to like this one. If you do, leave a comment because I'd like to hear from you. And as always, thanks for watching Diane Lovetobake.